Next up at 24 in our consensus rankings, we've got Kalem Parker, who I know Isha used to have an affinity for just because he played in the capital of BC, Victoria Island.
He played for my team.
Traded, so Isha doesn't care. Who wants to lead in on Kalem Parker?
I mean, I'll just say something. I mean, he's improved each year, which you should do in the WHL. Had a really good season last year. Moose Jaw can move the puck well. It's hard not to have a good season on Moose Jaw with how good they were, but I just, every time I watched him here and there, I felt like he performed well, just moving the puck, and every year he's kind of picked up more points. So that's about all I have to say about him.
Yeah, well, the Royals team he played on in his first few years was so bad too. They were rebuilding, they were restocking the cabinets, and he was one of the only shining stars on that team as well. So even though he didn't put up insane amount of numbers, clearly he was being scouted within the league, and Moose Jaw wanted to bring him in for that extra firepower there on the back end. And I really like his skating. I really like his hockey IQ. It's just one of those where he's not spectacular, and he's a great piece in the WHL. Clearly helped Moose Jaw win a championship, but he, like Baki said, surrounded by a lot of good pieces as well. I don't know if he's going to make a splash his first year pro, though. He's going to be, if he reaches, his ceiling, it's going to be a long road. But it was cool again watching, because the Royals are my team. They're my favorite dub team. Former season ticket holder. What up? It was cool to see that he was the shining star there, and he helped sell tickets there. But at the same time, he wasn't able to put the team on his back. He's not that good.
I like Kalem Parker a lot, and I really liked after they won the WHL championship this year, they talked to the coach, and they specifically asked him about Kalem Parker, and that was a guy that they had targeted early. Obviously, they traded for him 3 or 4 games into the season. But as Victoria was kind of moving pieces, that was the piece that Moose Jaw specifically targeted, wanted to acquire. And he paired real well with a guy like Matejchuk. He gives you secondary offense as well. I mean, he put up 40 points. In the defensive part of his game is solid too. So he's a really good two-way player. Again, you have to question the upside, just he's not going to be your first power play guy. Probably projects to be a fine third pair defenseman in the NHL that gives you some secondary offense if allowed. And he showed that he can quarterback a power play as well. So I like Kalem Parker a lot. Again, I thought he was really, really good this year for Moose Jaw. Not just because it was Moose Jaw, but just given the style that he plays, fit in really well, and he plays hard too. So I like Kalem Parker a lot. It's just when you're in a prospect pool this deep, it's kind of hard to crack the top 20 unless you're projected to be a top 6 forward, top 4 D-man, or an elite goalie. So I like Kalem Parker a lot. So I threw him at 22. And again, just such a good season this year with Moose Jaw once he went over there.
All right. Well, there we go. That was number 24 in the list, Kalem Parker.